I'm Heather.
And I'm Desiree.
And you're listening to
the Perpetually Overdue Podcast. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Perpetually Overdue Podcast. I'm Desiree.
And I'm Heather.
And this week we are gonna have fun, probably raging slightly about certain things. Let's be real. We are passionate people. And what we're gonna talk about are popular trends that we just don't get. And it's not even so much like not just getting them. A lot of them is also just they seem impractical or waste of tons of money. And it's not hobbies, because we understand people have hobbies and people will spend money on hobbies. It's more the craze of certain trends that
the obsession.
Yeah, it becomes very obsessive in a short amount of time. Like it very much like a sugar rush. It goes straight up and then eventually it crashes either months or a couple years later.
Yeah.
And everyone moves on. So a lot of them we just don't get. So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and you can say that we're sipping on that haterade. I get it. Everybody's entitled to spend the money on what they want to spend. Everybody's entitled to do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just more so expressing, one, our opinion about it.
And it's our opinion.
Yeah, how we don't really understand it. And then two, some of the negative consequences of doing that, especially if you're a content creator and you're putting that everywhere. And or making other people feel inferior in some type of way if they're not engaging in what you're engaging in.
I think that's what also has changed the game for a lot of hype behind certain crazes, is that social media has very much changed what that looks like, because it very much has created the FOMO. And it's not even just people wanting it, it's the content creator, like you said, almost kind of putting this air to it that like everyone should be doing what I'm doing and spending the money to do this. How are you not buying these things too? And so it's that kind of message also behind the craze that perpetuates just really, I think, toxic habits.
And it's not just content creators. I have a story of a guy that I was dating briefly, and at that time he was very into outdoorsy stuff. He loved rock climbing, bouldering, going camping, going kayaking, all sorts of things, which is great. I love doing outdoorsy things too. He's actually the one that introduced me to bouldering. At that time, I was just kind of getting into the outdoorsy lifestyle because I'm a city girl. I grew up in the city. To me, being outdoorsy was going to the Everglades or going to the beach, frankly.
Same.
And as far as where we grew up in Florida, it's just flat below sea level land. There's not a lot of good hiking going on. I mean, you're not going to be hiking in the Everglades unless you want to get eaten by a python or an alligator. It's more of like paved paths that you can go through just to see certain things. People go fishing. I've been on boats before, but that's also something that costs money. So there are rare occasions in which I did that. Now, I went camping with him, and I had already started getting into hiking. I was bouldering at this time, and I got my gear really cheap. I went to like a Dick's Sporting Goods or just the regular run-of-the-mill, non-specialty sporting goods places. I got hiking boots from there. I got other things from there. I didn't need much. As long as I'm not hiking in jeans, then I should be fine. And he was all about REI, which is like the quintessential outdoorsy store. And I get it. I shopped at REI before. I think their prices are outrageous for most things. I don't enjoy shopping at REI because I think that their prices are incredibly unreasonable for like average everyday person. But I get why people who are into outdoorsy things would shop there. And there might be things that REI carries that other places don't carry. So I get that. He judged me because I had gotten my gear at non-outdoorsy places.
Wow.
I didn't get it from REI. And I remember pushing back on it and just being like, that's really snobby. Like, did we not both do the same thing? Did we not both hike? Did we not both sleep in a tent? Did we not both rappel down a side of a cliff? Okay. Are we both alive? Is neither one of us injured? Did my gear just suddenly fall apart and disintegrate? No. So it accomplished the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also very out of touch with the reality of not everybody has the money.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you do have the money, I have other interests. I have other things that I would want to spend my money on. This isn't my whole entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just the content creators, it's everyday people who are like turning up their nose. I mean, think about school when you were in school. And there were certain clothes trends and brands.
You didn't have a JanSport backpack in middle school. I didn't have a JanSport backpack till maybe late high school, and I felt the FOMO and judgment because my backpack was Kmart, Walmart, or something.
Yeah, that's mine too. If you didn't have like whatever that colorful, almost caboodle looking pencil container was.
Yep.
Those content creators that do nostalgia content for the late 90s, early 2000s, I've seen one in particular where she'll do an entire TikTok video where she's pretending to be in school and she has that green screen backdrop of being in the classroom. She pulls out her calculator, just feeling so cool. And then all of a sudden she looks over and she's like, and then somebody else pulls out a different calculator and it's even prettier than hers. And then it goes on like that where it's like several other people. And she'll play all the characters, even the guys. Like the wigs that she wears to play guys is hilarious. But the point is that that's how that felt back in the day. If you didn't have the trendy calculator, Lisa Frank.
Oh my God.
If you didn't have Lisa Frank binders and pencils and erasers and all that stuff. And then even with uniforms, we had to wear uniforms in middle school. I went to the official uniform store that the school wanted us to go to. But really, you could get around it. So I just got a no brand polo shirt while everybody else was like, this polo is from Abercrombie. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. God,
so
gag me.
There is a little bit of stigma there when it comes to whatever is popular in the moment.
Yes, true. Very true. In regards to today's topic, we're talking about specific items that people are going crazy about that as you can see if you're watching this video, I have thoughts and feelings. And here's the thing. It's not about knocking people down who choose to, like Heather said, spend their money the way they do. We're just, again, I don't get it. I don't get why. And it has nothing to do with hobby preferences. We'll explain. But I'm just like, what is happening?
So let me preface this by saying that I introduced Desiree to the first craze or trend that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And that is the Labooboo obsession. Now, when I said the word Labooboo, I got a blank look from Desiree. She's like, what? And I was like, how have you not come across this content?
I was like, I'm sorry, did you just say what did you say? I was like, what?
And I get it because I came across Labooboo content by accident. It's just doom scrolling. And I did not understand it. And I didn't really know how insane it was until a makeup content creator that we both watch used it in one of her videos where she unpackaged Laboobos, and based on the color of the Labooboo, it would determine what color she was going to use for certain makeup, like foundation, eyeshadow, lipstick kind of thing. And then I was like, oh, it's reached that level.
And that was the thing. Like, for me, I have been taking mostly a social media break the last few weeks, maybe a couple months almost at this point. And the few times I have been on certain socials have been for author work. So I'm usually in to do that, and then I'm usually out. And I've been very busy working the last few weeks as well. So I guess I just had no idea. I didn't know these things were happening. And like Heather said, it wasn't until when she finally explained it to me and I, with her on the call, looked up
Yeah.
on YouTube what the hell she was talking about. And I saw the content creator who is very popular, who does the makeup. That was my same thought. If it got to her, and she just posted recently, so
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is, oh.
Now let's rewind a second. So we were on a video call.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to share what your first initial reaction was, because you said something very specific. She almost didn't believe she was looking at the correct thing. When she typed in Labooboo
Yeah.
and the pictures came up, she's like, is this correct? Because, go ahead, what did you say?
To me, they looked like old antique dolls. So I thought for sure these are the type of things you come across in a really dusty old antique shop, and they're in the corner somewhere.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, this can't be it, because they don't even look modern. There's the, what are they called, the plush marshmallows or something. I don't, they're these chunky, cute, squishy.
Yeah, you did mention those.
Yes. So I was like, okay, I know that there's a craze with those because I have a couple friends. They look at least like they've been made in the last 10 years. The Laboobos look like they were made back in the 80s. And so I was like, no, this can't be it. The artwork, the material, the coloring, they look old.
When you Google Labooboo and you go to images,
Yeah,
they don't show the best pictures.
No, because I showed her what I was looking at. Because she was like, wait, what did you come across?
I had her open up YouTube and I had her look through, just type in Labooboo unboxing and had her look through just the amount of videos. I just wanted to show her the amount.
Just the thumbnails was all I needed to know. And but all of these adults.
Yes, it's primarily grown people our age, even older. And here's the thing, the makeup artist that we were talking about, when you watch her video, you'll see that's a better depiction of what a Labooboo looks like. It doesn't look as old as the pictures that she was looking at, but I get what you're saying, and I think that that's probably purposeful because the majority of people that are in buying power right now are millennials. Gen Z also has buying power, but some of them still need to rely on their parents to get them whatever it is that they want. And Labooboo is very reminiscent to me of Beanie Babies back in the day. So a lot of the people that are purchasing Labooboos now at like an obsessive level, they're the ones that used to collect Beanie Babies back in the day. So Labooboo is like Beanie Baby 2.0 because
that makes sense.
It's now a collectible item. You remember when Beanie Babies used to get them in McDonald's Happy Meals?
Oh yeah, no, people were obsessed with those Beanie Babies and which one they would get and all these different things. I remember
exactly, but then it became so popular that they started getting more and more expensive, and you still to this day have very rare Beanie Babies that are worth a lot of money if you happen to have them still. Let's give the reasons of why we don't understand it. Desiree's already given one reason, which is the way that it looks.
Because again, it's the way that it looks and the astronomical pricing of these little dolls that they are also charging, and people are well beyond willing to pay, is the part that I'm just baffled about.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's part of the overconsumption issue that we have in our culture. I mean, we're a capitalist society, so what do you expect? The thing about the way that Laboobos are marketed has become a trend in and of itself with the whole mystery aspect of it, because that is something that is really hooking people. Yeah. Especially if there's a rare version. They want that rare version. They want the adrenaline rush of getting a package, not knowing what's in it, opening up, and hopefully getting the one that you want.
Exactly.
My issue is that these companies know that. It's not so much that you pay for a single Labooboo, which is already, in my opinion, overpriced. Yeah. But, you know, supply and demand. So they're going to raise the price, or they're going to put the price point at whatever it is because of its popularity. It's the fact that because it's a mystery, you now have to buy however many to get to whatever one you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more so the adrenaline rush of opening up the packaging than it is for the Labooboo itself. Because let's be honest, those Laboobos are going to be lining antique stores in just a couple years.
Yes.
They're
going to be exactly where I thought they originated from.
Exactly. They're not long-term investments.
Yeah.
This is a momentary trend. Desiree, you saw one video where in the title it talked about how much they spent on Laboobos. Yeah. How much was that?
$1,000.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Granted,
that's like 1/3 of my rent.
Exactly. And right now, especially, this overindulgence in really anything is turning a lot of people off because a lot of people are struggling and are going to be struggling in the future because our economy is not doing well. And whereas luxury content used to be really appealing, I think it was appealing in a time when people were more comfortable in the situations. Not that there was ever a time when everybody in the United States was in a comfortable situation. That Definitely is not the case. But I think now, with so many people struggling, they don't want to see this overindulgence and extravagance. Like, really, what is the fucking Labooboo gonna do for you? Right now, you can probably resell a Labooboo and get more money, especially if it's a rare one. And I encourage you, get your coin now. Because a year from now, I don't think they're going to be... No, I don't think people are going to give a shit. I go to antique stores and I see Beanie Babies now in antique stores. And they're like $1. Maybe some change.
Isn't it the fact that because everyone's trying to get rare ones constantly, they probably all have a bunch of duplicates, triples, quadruples of the same ones over and over?
That's the thing, is that you're spending...
It's a gamble.
Exactly. It's that addiction of gambling. You're spending so much money to get the same things because it's rare for a reason, right? And they know that. They know that you will continue to buy it over and over again until you get the one that you want. And for people that have fuck you money, go right ahead. But there are people that don't. We already know this too. We already know this about influencers who cosplay as if they're wealthy and they get into massive debt just to go viral and to hopefully become self-sufficient enough to be able to pay off those debts. That doesn't work for everybody. So the excess of spending exorbitant amount of money to get one fucking Labooboo, and then hopefully maybe on eBay or some other site you can sell the rest, the duplicates that you have. But likely if you have duplicates, they're ones that are not highly sought after. So I don't know if you're going to be able to recover what you spent on it. If you're lucky, you'll be able to get back the money that you paid.
Yeah.
And break even.
And only now, because the craze is still a thing. So people will be willing to pay to take your duplicates off your hand because they'll still want them. But like Heather said, in a couple years when it all dies down, you're going to be screwed because no one's going to pay for those duplicates the money that you can get now.
Yeah.
They're not going to pay that later.
And I get it. The Laboobos are ugly cute, right? They're like, if you... like it. I know you don't agree.
It's a preference. That's okay. We all have different likes, and that's okay.
100%. But if you like it, and it's not just about the adrenaline of opening something up and being like, oh, what is it? You know what I mean? Which I think is more of what the obsession is than the Labooboo itself. Then you're gonna be smart about it. And if there's a Labooboo you like, you're going to wait for somebody to put it on eBay. And you're going to get the one Labooboo you actually fucking want.
Exactly.
And call it a day.
Exactly.
I don't know very much about Laboobos, but just looking on the internet, there's one on eBay, or it's another resale site, going for $1,600.
Guys, $1,600?
$1,600. That's rent for a lot of people.
That is rent for a lot of people.
In this economy? Karen. Hell to the no. And I get it, like you said, hobbies, right?
Yeah.
But hobbies are something where you spend money over time. Maybe an accumulation, you can count up all of the money that you spent on it. But you're talking about something that you're doing for months, years, that you're getting benefits from, even if it's just mental health benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're that obsessed with a doll, which no shade, all tea, no shade.
Yeah.
If you're that obsessed with a doll and it makes you that happy, go for it. If you're going to snuggle up with your Labooboo every night or clip it to every bag that you own, more power to you. But majority of the people that are in this Labooboo craze right now, they're going to be boxing it up and giving it away to their local Goodwill. Or they're going to be trying to resell it on a resale site. They're going to lose interest.
Because I get it. Like Funko Pops are, I guess, maybe almost kind of like a similar comparison. There was a time maybe people were more excited about them to a craze level, but because there's so many unique ones, and eventually they expanded, and now they make literally a Funko Pop for any fictional character in the world. Some actual people. Even.
You can make your own Funko Pop after yourself.
Yeah, I was gifted. I have 2 Funko Pops on my bookshelf, kind of a deal. And overconsumption, not to say I've never given in. I have too much stationery supplies that I've collect. I know, no such thing. But to some who don't get it, I get that they would maybe look at my stuff and be like, why'd you spend all that money on all that stuff? Do you even use it? Yes, I do. And it's been years that I have the same shit that I'm using. But anyways, I guess our point is the fact that there's hobbies and there's people who do collectibles, Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards, like things like that. I get it. I think it's more of the short-term craze and money that gets spent in that short amount of time, like the overconsumption in that short amount of time, just while the craze is here. That's the part that kind of goes over our head, like, why?
And I'm gonna dare to say that I don't think that that's overconsumption, what you are doing specifically. It might feel that way for you because you have an excess of something, period. But that's something that you said you've also used over a extended period of time.
Yeah, I have art pens that I bought over 5 years ago. I'm still using them.
Yeah, so it's definitely different. And I will say my husband has a lot of collectibles. He has a sick record collection that is probably worth thousands of dollars. But that is something that I've actually seen him resell records. And while some of them retain value, maybe not as much as what he paid for it, others have gone up in value. And that is something that he has been able to take advantage of. Same thing, he has a small collection of screen printed posters that have increased in value. He's played Magic the Gathering since he was in high school. So he's been doing it for decades now. And there was a point in which I had to like kind of sit him down and be like, hey, you have a lot of decks, more than you need. Are you really enjoying this? Same thing with action figures. I'm like, are you actually enjoying it? Or is what you enjoy the unpacking, the getting it, and then the unpack? Because I literally would see him get an action figure, unpack it, be super excited, and then his brain is on to the next one that he wants. And I'm like, my dude,
you just got this.
You just got this, and your brain is already on to the next. He had to ask himself, like, okay, what is it, and like kind of calm down. Now, it's not that we couldn't afford it, but it's more so of like, what is the reason? And is this healthy? Because this is only going to escalate. If you don't reel it in, it could potentially get worse.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not going and paying for a storage facility just so that this can keep going, because there's only so much room in our house. And we get Lego sets. And we've slowed down on a lot of that because for me, the fun is in building it, right? And I build Lego sets that I think are very aesthetic, things that I would want to display. If I don't want to display it,
sets, like literally there was a framed looking
Van Gogh.
Yes, in the guest room I stayed in when I was visiting for a while, and looking at it, you almost don't even realize you're looking at Legos. Like, it's stunning.
It's insane. If I don't want to display it, I don't do it unless it's like a free set that came along with another set that we purchased, because to me that's very wasteful. Granted, the joy is in doing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are plenty of places where you can go and you can sell your Lego sets. You're not going to get the same amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
And there are Lego sets that are expensive. And I mean, Lego, if you're listening, relax on the pricing because y'all are getting out of fucking control with some of the prices. That Pendale set from Rings of Power is like a $500. Relax.
Really?
Yes. And to me, no offense, not really worth it.
Huge.
Not when I have a whole fucking lighthouse that actually has a light on the inside that turns that costs $200 less than that.
Wow.
And the sizes are getting smaller and smaller. And I'm like, what are we doing here?
No.
But that's everything. If you've noticed,
it is everything.
It's everything.
Quality has gone down. The price has gone ridiculously up.
It has. I mean, like, now you pick up a jug of orange juice and the bottom of it is so indented in, it's like half the fucking bottle at this point. And it's always like, ooh, new bigger packaging. And then you see pictures of like what a candy bar looked like in the 90s versus what it looked like now. And you're like, so you're giving me less for more money. And you think that because you put it in a different packaging that I'm an idiot. Getting off topic.
Yes.
But yeah, with the Funko Pops, I think it's a little bit different just because it is so personal in the sense of it is representing something that you love. I have a couple of Funko Pops. I have every single Golden Girls Funko Pop. It's my favorite show. And I wanted to get them. I wanted to get them because it's something that means a lot to me. Me and my sister and a lot of my friends have all watched that show together. My husband is now well versed.
I mean, I don't think you cannot be living with Heather because she watches and can quote every word, inflection, sigh, everything. And
it's
will.
True. It's true. I've gotten better at not quoting it while it's happening, but
she did. I mean, granted, she would be eating, so I was like, well, she probably can't quote while she's eating, but
give me some credit.
Yes.
But yeah,
no, it is impressive though. I wish my brain worked that way.
It only works that way for me for certain things. Trust me. I feel the same way about my husband when we'll watch a trailer for something and he's like, oh, this is the director that did this film, or a comic book, he'll be like, this is the artist for this one. And I'm like, how do you know all these people? I can barely remember author names and I love reading and I love some of these authors and I'm like, what was their name again? Different talents for different people. Yes. But that's something that's very nostalgic. It's very personal to me. It's something that has a lot of memories tied to it.
And you can get specific, like, exactly.
It's not just a generic plushie that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and they have them for everything.
Literally.
Everything. So anything that you like, anything that you are interested in, that you're like obsessed over, you can find a Funko Pop for it.
Yeah, true.
So I kind of get it. Funko Pops, they're also less expensive than the Laboobos.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't have a whole closet full of Funko Pops personally.
That's just me, yeah.
But I kind of get having a couple here and there.
Yeah. So, sorry, Laboobos. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Thumbs down on the Laboobos.
And honestly, they creep me the fuck out. But that's just, again,
that's
preference. That's me, probably. Anyway, what else is moving on, Heather?
This one, we're probably going to get a lot of heat for. It's the Stanley Cups. The fucking Stanley Cups. Listen, Linda, listen.
I told Heather, I can appreciate a good water bottle because I literally drink water all day. So I get wanting a cute, fun water bottle. Look, I bought this, like, if you're watching, I bought this cute glass tumbler, whatever, cup for my iced coffees with my glass straws. But when you are willing to trample down human beings to grab a damn cup, that costs you at least $50 a water bottle? I have questions.
I have concerns. It's almost like a fashion statement at this point.
Yes.
It's like all the cool girls have a Stanley Cup.
And like the Labooboo, they're clipping shit to their Stanley Cups too, girl, to like accessorize them.
It's more than that. I have seen these flexible, like plasticky, not plastic, but they're like this flexible material of a container. It has a hole in the middle to fit it on top of your Stanley. And then it has compartments all around it where you put snacks.
No.
Yes. Here's my thing. I don't need that in order to bring snacks with me wherever I go.
True. But people like a fun gadget.
They do. I get it. And I'm not opposed to you having a Stanley Cup if you are calm about it and if you don't think that you're suddenly better than everybody else because you have one or you have a collection of them.
That's the part I don't get. Having one or two, one thing. There are people who literally have cabinets full in their kitchen of like 20 plus. And I'm like, that was a lot of fucking money. 2, are you using them all because you don't need that many?
I'm sure they are. And I'm sure that it's maybe because they don't want to wash it all the time. So they just switch it out and then put it in the dishwasher.
Or
and
they're accessorizing with their outfits. Some people are accessorizing with their outfits.
I get too, because you can switch them back and forth. But let's face it, whatever you put in that Stanley is not turning to liquid gold. There are other water bottles that can do the same thing that Stanley Cups do. Keep your cold things cold, keep your hot things hot. Like, it's not rocket science. A rocket scientist did not create the Stanley Cup. I mean, but that's the attitude. Yeah. It's funny, but that's the attitude. No, it's like, true. This is the best cup in the entire world and no cup compares to it. And I'm like, it's a status symbol. That's all. It's a
little cultish, honestly. Like the Girl, because again, it's not even just like a bunch of people who like something. It's the attitude around people. Like it really is. It really is to them. They're like, no, this cup is superior to all water bottles. I'm like, why? Like she said, it does the same thing. And for all of you claiming that it's spill proof, it's not. And even if some of them are, there are so many other water bottles who are also spill proof. I'm like, it's a water bottle. You know which one used to be the same way before Stanley? The Hydro Flask.
Hydro Flask, yes.
The obsession with that 10 plus years ago was insane.
And it's like a specific type of person, right? Just like it's a specific type of person that gravitates towards Stanley. It's a specific type of person that used to like Hydro Flasks.
They were the Tumblr like influencers before influencers were a thing.
I mean, hell, my husband likes Hydro Flask. That's his brand of water bottle that he had for the longest time because he had this emotional support water bottle that he just like always had. And it was a Hydro Flask. I get it. I get quality. Yeah. What I don't understand is, again, the snobbery of it all and the overconsumption of it too. It's just wasteful, honestly. I mean, I get it. I had a roommate back in the day who had an obsession with mugs, and I had to tell her, you need to stop. We're running out of cabinet space.
Yeah, because I do too.
No more.
I'm a huge coffee drinker, obviously. Mm-hmm. But even still, I have one cabinet and it's not filled to the brim with mugs. Because as much as, yes, it's tempting every time you go to a store and you're like, oh,
it's so pretty.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, but like, do it. Unless it seriously floors me drop dead gorgeous, I have to have you kind of a deal, which is once in a blue moon, I'll add it to the collection. As it is, moving also, my family have broken like 5 of my freaking mugs. But
this was taking over several cabinets in our apartment. But also, I'm like, girl, I see you going for the same ones all the time. There are ones in the back that are collecting dust.
Yeah.
You don't ever use them. And here's my thing, because I love a good mug too. And this applies to literally anything. If you see something that you really like and you have an overconsumption amount of that item, give something up. Donate it to Goodwill. Let somebody else enjoy it. Because let's be honest, if you're using every single one of those cups, more power to you.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not, and if you're reaching for the same ones over and over again, there's no point in having those other, you're just again, it's just about getting it. Yeah. It's not even about having it, it's about getting it.
It's that feeling you get when you get it. Exactly. Just like opening the boxes, the mystery boxes and things. It's the receiving, the opening, that adrenaline, dopamine, to see it, to get it, Christmas feeling morning, but then that's it. And then it's over.
And in order to get that feeling again,
you gotta buy again.
Exactly. That can become very problematic, which then brings us to our next point. And what is that?
Overconsumption content.
Mm-hmm.
That is all over the internet. And more specifically, these things that we just are like,
yeah, the overconsumption is a problem, but it's also the aspect of other people watching it and wanting to emulate that as well in their own life. And like we said earlier, a lot of influencers are not living the life that they portray themselves to live, and then people are going broke trying to keep up. So
because here's the thing, I get watching things that the appeal is that it's something you would never do or experience, so it's fascinating to watch someone else living this circumstance, doing these things. But at the same time, we are perpetuating them feeding us their bad habits to make money. And when their bad habits may potentially also harm other people in their lives, that's a problem.
We'll get specific with that. The first one that really like gets my goat, I just aged myself like 20 years with that phrase. The one that really bothers me is the makeup content. Because I love good makeup content. I love a good makeup tutorial. In the heyday of YouTube with makeup tutorials, I was all up in it.
Okay? So was I.
And then the drama happened and I was out. But now it's a mixture of overconsumption and a little rage bait. Of putting exorbitant amount of foundation or products on your face.
I don't get that.
It's ridiculous. And then these content creators want you to believe that by the makeup look that they have at the end is the makeup that they started with when they put a entire pound of foundation on their face.
And literally just go like rubbing it in like
it's... And that is bullshit because people have called it out. People have emulated these videos to show you exactly what the makeup would look like with that amount of product. It's incredibly wasteful, which I think is the thing that pisses me off the most because makeup is not cheap.
No, it is not.
But what offsets the cost of makeup is how long it lasts. But not if you're fucking using it like this.
Exactly. I am scraping the last bit of the tube of mascara and concealer. I was using I was scraping the last bit of concealer for like months before I finally was able to get a new one. The fact that people are literally putting half a bottle of freaking foundation for one application is irritating because it's stupid. And I get the internet is weird sometimes, and you know what? Weird sells. We watch the weird. We obviously are giving these people money so they keep doing it because we're watching it. But I mean, we do have to ask ourselves sometimes, like, I don't get it. Like, I get why they're doing it because they're making money because people are watching it. Someone did it and people started watching, so now others are doing it too. Granted, it's coming either out of their pockets or they're getting a bunch of free makeup, which also happens.
That's the thing too.
It's not really affecting their pocket to do it.
Exactly. But it's affecting yours when you're trying to emulate that shit.
Yes.
And the thing too is, first of all, it's completely unrealistic because you're presenting a finished product that is a complete lie. That's not the way that you look when you put a pound of foundation on your face, and you are not saying that because it's a TikTok video. You're not even talking in it. You're just doing your makeup with some background music. But you know that you're being misleading by starting off with a pound of foundation and then a couple of other products and then clip to the end. Oh, look at this. It looks like natural skin.
Bull crap.
Give me a fucking break with the bullshit.
No.
it's not just that, but then it becomes like their entire brand and personality, and every video is them doing this. It does tie into another trend that I briefly mentioned, which is the rage baiting, because I think that they know that there are going to be people who really hate that content, and they're going to engage with it to say that they hate it. Please stop doing that.
Yeah.
If you don't like the content, do not give them the engagement. Do not give them the time of day. Scroll past it.
That part,
because you're giving them what they want.
That part does irritate me, because it's why when YouTube really started pushing content creators and influencers, the clickbait was suddenly a new thing that was out there. And it was like, yeah, so we found this algorithm thing that we're going to call clickbait. So, deceive audiences whatever way you can to entice them to click, even if you don't provide at the end the promise of whatever they clicked on.
Yeah.
And that was the biggest turnoff to me. I unsubscribed to so many content creators during that time because it was just gross to me. It felt like I was being used. I didn't appreciate it. So the fact that now we've recycled that concept into this rage bait, which almost is worse because you're trying to provoke people emotionally, negatively, for the sake of you making money, because we're doom scrolling and we're susceptible to just engage with these things. That's gross.
And because people have an opinion. I don't comment very much, if at all, on videos and social media. If I do comment, it's usually with something political or an ideology that I align with. It's not usually just random content. I might like it. I might click that little heart button, but I'm not engaging with it on that level. And I think that we do have a problem as a culture of needing to share our opinion every minute that we have one. And when you come across content like that, people, they want to say, this is effed up, or this is wasteful, or this is that, this is that. Let me tell you right now, you are never going to change that person's mind about what they're doing, because they are making money off of it. And if they have already sold their soul for the dollar, you commenting and telling them that it pisses you off, it's not going to do anything. So why bother?
Because that's it. And you just said it. There's people who comment and engage because they're arrogant. They think that their thoughts and opinions are superior to the world. There's those. I think the majority of us who are decent, good people who get sucked into sometimes commenting and coming against the rage baiting stuff, I think subconsciously there's a part of us that desperately wishes and hopes that by voicing our opinion, we can make change. Because we feel so helpless, because we feel sometimes so small, and we just hope with every fiber of our being, maybe, just maybe, if I say something, I can provoke change in some way. And it's sad because that is, I think, the intention, subconscious or not, on why a lot of us sometimes do get sucked into commenting on things and hoping that if we can shake someone, that something will happen in a positive motion. But unfortunately, as you also said, the reality 9 times out of 10 is the people are not going to change, especially because they have something to gain. Sometimes it's not even the content creator. We're hoping maybe the people also watching the comments, people watching, maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll shift their opinions as well. And sometimes, yes, but a lot of times, not always.
I will say about this, I think that there are other ways that you can do that without putting money in the pockets of these people. Because every comment, think about it this way, every comment that you post, you're giving them money.
It's engagement to the app. The app sees it as engagement. Engagement means we'll give you pennies.
Not just that, but now you're placing it higher up in the algorithm to make it go viral, because also a reason why they do comment in the comment section is to commiserate with other people who feel the same way. Like, this is ridiculous. But there's other way, like what we're doing right now. We're talking about it, we're condemning it, or giving our opinion about it without putting money in the pockets of these content creators that are perpetuating these trends. And I'm not saying everybody start a podcast. We're already past that point.
Yeah, we're late to the game as it is ourselves.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, like, there are other ways to influence people. And these are perfect strangers. Like, let's be honest.
We forget that part too.
Do you listen to perfect strangers on the internet when they give you their opinions? No. We barely listen to our close family and friends when they give us their opinion. So what makes a stranger on the internet think that their words are going to hold any weight to anybody? I get the hopefulness, and I think it's very sweet that people do it for that reason. I just don't know if they get the result that they're looking for or wanting. And and that disappointment is also kind of heartbreaking to think about somebody who genuinely is commenting to affect positive change or to discredit something. And before we move on, here's where I agree with this. If what you are commenting on is to call something out for what it actually is, I'm all about that. For example, if you know that it's rage bait, because a lot of people don't know rage bait when they see it, call it out. Don't let the creator get away with it. Don't let them get away with the lies. If it's a lie, if they're trying to mislead their audience or deceive them in any type of way, call it out. Absolutely. I think that we need to hold each other accountable to that. I think people need to know when they're being deceived. If it's misinformation, because a lot of that's out there, even with the best of intentions, people have recycled misinformation.
Yes.
Please call it out.
Yes.
Please ask for resources, because the more that shit is out there, especially right now in the climate that we're in, it can be dangerous.
Yeah.
It can be very dangerous. So if it's about accountability, if it's about revealing a lie, I am all for commenting on those. But just know that by doing so, you're also putting money in that content creator's pocket. So maybe it doesn't have to be, 10,000 people saying the same thing. If somebody said it already and called it out, I don't think it's necessary that you need to also call it out too.
So we have like two other quick examples of the overconsumption.
Yes, the food content, and that also goes hand in hand with the rage bait, because there's plenty of food content creators that are making, let's be honest, gross or unsanitary food that they know that people find gross and unsanitary, but because they're trying to get a rise out of them, they continue to make this food. I hope nobody is repeating these recipes at home. Please be careful. Salmonella is bad. Yeah, exactly. It's every germaphobe's nightmare, girl. I've seen people creating punch in a toilet.
What? Oh no. Okay.
Yes.
No, absolutely not.
Punch for a party from a toilet. And I'm like, who the hell in this party is going to drink punch from a toilet? Like, be so for real.
Tell them, if you didn't tell them you made it, I would.
No. They leave the punch, you ladle it from the toilet bowl and put it in your cup and drink it.
We're going to move on from that before I lose it. I want to... No, I can't.
Wait. No, I'm not going to say anything about that. The one thing that really bothers me isn't just that the food is maybe gross or unsanitary. It's the waste. It's the waste of food, especially in this economy. So many people live below the poverty line. And struggling to feed themselves and their children. Seeing this wastefulness of food, it is infuriating.
Speaking of children, this is what I was referring to when I started this part of this segment, was Heather told me about, because I had not come across this. Apparently, there are people who have families living in absolute filth, not messiness, unsanitary filth. And the content they're making lots of money on is watch me clean my house videos. Explain this, Heather.
It's not just that they are cleaning filthy homes, because we know that hoarding is a thing and it's a mental illness and it needs to be treated. You don't just clean that away. You need to actually go to the therapy for it, because it's a trauma response. That's not what this is. These are people who... they've made content for years showing how filthy and disgusting. We're talking animal feces. We're talking animal urine. We're talking mold, mildew, stuff that takes time to accumulate that they're cleaning. The problem is that they've been making this content for a long time, sometimes posting weekly, some of them posting daily.
Which begs to question how. Exactly. Logistically, how are you cleaning? Because you're showing us proof you're cleaning. How did it get messy that quickly again for you to make enough content to post that regularly? The same
Mm-hmm.
home, the same rooms. It's not like it's a new home, a new room.
Yeah.
So that makes you wonder, are y'all making it that way on purpose? Because how
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
is it that bad that quickly?
And they're unapologetic for it. There's one content creator, she kind of started this lazy mom movement, and it was to basically talk about how they don't want to spend their motherhood cleaning all the time. They want to spend it giving their children memories, essentially, which is fine. I get that.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, memories require a clean home, sanitary kitchenware to feed your children those memories. There's, but okay.
Yeah, because to raise a child in that atmosphere it does cause trauma. My thing is, you're a stay-at-home mom, so you don't have a regular 9 to 5. Your 9 to midnight
Mm-hmm.
is your kids.
Yeah.
That's why there's the lazy mom label, because she doesn't want to spend her evenings cleaning after taking care of kids all day.
Mm-hmm.
She's also not the only person in the household, the only adult. So I think it is a problem when your partner does not pitch in and help to clean and take care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's that she's showing the same room, particularly her kitchen, and the level of mess feels like, how is that possible that it's accumulated in a single day? When things are molding and look like they've been sitting there for quite a while, and you're not in this intense humidity to where it could grow quicker than it would typically. It almost feels like they're making their house dirty on purpose to be able to have content to film. And that's problematic, because that means that your kids are living in constant filth just so that you can make $1. There was another one who was bragging about CPS coming to their house by creating a cleaning video. That same content creator even said, "What is the point of cleaning if I'm not getting paid?" Mind you, she has promised her audience every time that she cleans for years, "I'm going to keep it clean. I'm going to keep it clean." And it's a lie. It's a straight up lie.
Here's the thing. You are single, no children. You want to choose to live in your filth? That's one thing. When you have children that you willingly brought into this world, when you have other people you're living with, when you have family, it's not just about you anymore. Like Heather said, there's one thing if you have mental health struggles, that's a whole different topic. This is someone who is willingly and purposefully allowing and or manipulating mess and filth.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that this woman has animal feces in the house because it's so filthy, that again, that doesn't happen also in one day. So the fact that you're perpetuating this mess so that you can film a clean with me video, and you film them so often enough, you have enough content. I mean, weekly content, I've done YouTube before.
Yeah.
Weekly content is sacrifice. It is a lot of damn work. The fact that this woman can have daily content, even shorts wise, the amount of filming you have to do and the time to edit and all these things, like, that raises a lot of weird questions.
It raises a lot of red flags, honestly. I've seen cleaning videos before where people will clean their home. They'll do like a Sunday reset.
Yeah.
But the house is normal. Like, there might be a little clutter here and there, but it's still a healthy home.
Yeah.
And they get plenty of views just doing that. There is a very niche group of people that love the mess. It's porn for them.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It personally grosses me out, and it makes me really, really sad for the person that's living through it, especially if there's somebody that is elderly or struggling or whatever. Again, not the same people as what we've talked about.
But there is an audience, like you're saying, because
There
even that
audience.
show Hoarders on, I think it was TLC, it was popular for a long time because there was a fascination. Like I said in the beginning, it's not always that people watch because they either want to emulate the lifestyle, they would ever find themselves in a certain lifestyle. It's the fascination of watching something they aren't a part of, that they can never see themselves in, the curiosity of it all. And we give it views, we give it ratings, we give it attention.
My sister loved watching Hoarders, and when I asked her why, because I was like, why would you want to watch that? what she explained was, one, it made her feel better in a weird way of like, okay, things could always be worse.
Mm-hmm.
Which I have mixed feelings about that, because I don't think that we should be looking at other people's lives and going, well, at least I'm not that bad. Two, she felt satisfied to see something go from being a horrific mess to being clean. Now, granted, in a lot of those hoarder videos, those buildings were condemned because it was so bad.
Yeah.
And there was so much mold and so much animal feces and excrements that it could not be saved. They also provide therapy for these people, so it's interesting to see the psychology behind it. So I understand. Although there are some questionable tactics from that show as far as like how they treat these people and how they exploit them and their mental illness. So it's a problem when you start raising the questions like, how is it that your house is this dirty all the time? You have a mattress on the floor that, you know, for today's content, you're cleaning the bottom of it, and there is a literal huge black spot on the back because you've supposedly spilled drinks. There may have been an animal who's urinated on, and you're sleeping on that, or your children are sleeping on it. That is
and
not
how does it
healthy.
keep happening? Exactly.
So it's it's really and it's that whole manipulation potentially for views. There's no proof of this. Creating a mess, creating things to then have content. That's not just these creators when it comes to cleaning excessive messes and filth. It's also things like restocking content, where their entire brand, their entire page is all about restocking items in the home, but it takes time to go through products. It takes time.
Oh, like products. Because, see, I've seen restocking like people who eat a healthy lifestyle. I'm restocking my fridge after grocery shopping.
That's fine. That's fine. I think, but there is some question about whether or not they're really going through the amount of products that they show in restocking. Because even if you film ahead of time, sometimes it's the same things that they're doing over and over again. Like if there's one content creator who is constantly refilling their little spray bottle of multi-purpose cleaner, it's like almost every video she does it, because the other thing that she does is that she'll fill it up in front of you and then she'll allow it to spill over, which is such a waste of product.
Wait, what? Like just for visual purposes?
Just for visual purpose. She will refill the container that holds maybe Windex or multi-purpose cleaner or whatever, and she'll allow it every time. Every time she'll allow it to spill over.
Oh no. I've seen stuff like that where people kind of like exaggerate spilling things. Sometimes I've seen it in food content, even like just to dress their food with sauces in their car. They will let it just spill everywhere to drip and drizzle. And it triggers me because, granted, I know they probably have something properly catching everything. I think one content creator showed once, like, oh, in case you guys were worried and wondering all this time, yes, I use the bags from the fast food place to catch it all. But I'm like, the mess and the waste. You're gonna need more sauces, because I'm a sauce girl. I'm gonna want every iota and drop of it. So the fact that you're wasting half of it just for the visual effect on TikTok, I'm like, why?
It is really, really annoying. And a lot of the restock content too uses a lot of one-use shit, like one-use items that are not very environmentally friendly, that are going to continue the issue with pollution that we've got going on. But they don't care about stuff like that, because
they're making money.
Yeah, people like watching it. They like seeing you organize your drawer into these little plastic compartments, and then putting makeup wipes and toothpaste and all of this stuff for your guests who come. I'm like, do you have a guest every day? Because it seems like you're restocking this every day.
Who's using this every day?
And that's the question that comes with it. It's just like, this is overconsumption and it's wasteful, and people don't really live like this unless, like I said earlier, you have that fuck you money. And you're just like, whatever, you know? Yeah. With that being said, we know that we didn't cover even a grain of salt of the trends that people have been like obsessed about to an unhealthy degree. Yes. But we would like to hear from the audience. Are there any obsessive, popular, viral, however you want to deem it, trends that you've come across that have really just made every hair on the back of your neck stand up, or your moral conscience go, no?
Please share. We do want to hear.
We do want to hear, because I'm sure that there's ones that we have come across too that we just have forgotten, and maybe we'll do a part 2 to this based off of what people say in the comment section, but definitely let us know.
Either we have a lot of people who are going to come and commiserate with us, or we just pissed off a lot of people. So either way. Anyway, along that lines, friends, please like, share, subscribe, do all the things, whether you're watching us on YouTube or you're listening to us on a podcast platform. Make sure that you're following, that you're engaging and liking and doing all the things. But more importantly, can you do us a favor? Wherever you're listening to us on a podcast platform, could you leave a review on that platform of our show or of our episode? That will be a huge help to get us in the algorithm so that others who would like our content can also find us, and we can all come together and talk about all the things, which, I mean, that's what we're here for. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us another week here on the Perpetually Overdue podcast. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.